Okay, so I know I just got done doing my cloning room, which is also my work room. I wanted to also do a video on the actual one of the cloners I'm working on. So I'm taking a regular fish pond pump, which can produce enough pressure to create continuous mist. And cloners usually run about $100-200, and what I'm trying to do is create one with the things I have around the house to get me started. And so what I did was I took some plexiglass that I had, and I used some food grade silicone and some fish tank line. I have a splitter here, two one-way check valves, and then a splitter here and a splitter here. Now, what I'm using is a plastic container for right now, but that's not what will use in the finished product, because this is from Walmart and it's not food grade, so I don't want to use that. But these items are all food grade. So what happens is you fill this with the nutrient bath, and what happens is these misters spray constantly on the roots of the item that you're doing, which will in my case mostly be herbs. And so these are the things that eventually will go in the roto gardens, and so there will be holes drilled in here in rows, as you can see. There'll be 2, 3, 4 rows, which is 12 plants, and then there'll be a fluorescent grow light or LED grow light, which for my migraines I would prefer LED, but unfortunately fluorescent is much cheaper and works just as well. But luckily the VA was Dr. Toe, thank you very much, one of the only VA doctors that ever listened to me, and he actually knew exactly what I was talking about when I said fluorescent lighting made my migraines worse. And he put a blue tint into my glasses, which I hope I'm getting this right, which blocks out the fluorescent pulsation, which is great. So anyway, the way that this works is, this is my Italian basil, and what you do is you snip the plant at a break, like here, right down here. I don't know if you can see that or not, and I apologize, I'm not a good camera person, but it's right here. You take a razor blade. I wish you could smell this basil. It is just so aromatic. And like cilantro, which is going to be one of my other plants, the example for this would be major breaks. You could do it like there on this piece. And so this is my mint, and mint is a vine, which lots of people don't know that, but it is. It's a vine, and it crawls across the ground. But the way it grows in the roto garden is it forces it to be not. And what you can do is you can take a clip from there, and then my spearmint, which is unfortunately not doing too well because of the sun, it would be the same way. So you would take that, put that in the spun rock, which is the medium in which I will be using, because it's pH neutral, chemical neutral, and is reusable and recyclable. So you implant them in the bed, and then there's two cloning methods. There's root-only cloning, which is much harder and much more needy, and I apologize. My hands start to shake after a certain period of time of trying to hold things still. And then the clip method, which I just showed you, which will require the lighting. So the mist will spray up from the bottom to help instigate or propagate or start root growth. Once root growth starts, you can actually transfer the plant into the roto garden and start it on its way. So you have to actually start, you have to sometimes be 2 or 3 crops ahead of time, because once they grow, you need to transfer them out. And sometimes the root growing method can be, it's faster than the root method, but it is also kind of sensitive. So again, this is going to be the cloning room as soon as I can get enough money to close it in and insulate it, and then get a little air cooling unit for it. Then I can be ready for when the greenhouse goes in up there, and we'll be good to go. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the bottom. Also, if you want to, please check out my GoFundMe account. It's under Alan Day. Please help me not be a vet statistic. Thank you very much, and remember, emotions are gifts you give yourself, and nobody can give them or take them away from you. That's from me.